Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to another video. So today, as you can see by the title, we are going to be doing another cooking video. Today we are going to be doing a chicken pesto penne like pasta. So this is going to be super delicious, and I try to make the recipes as simple as possible. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into the ingredients, all right? So first, we have some chopped spinach, Monterey Jack cheese. We have grilled chicken strips. These are already cooked, so you won't have to do a lot with pasta. Garlic salt, ground paprika, ground black pepper, Parmesan cheese, pesto sauce, a lovely butter. We have some whole milk. And on the plate, we have bacon that I chopped up into little bits, and then also a little bit of yellow onion, and that I also chopped up into little bits. So that is all of the ingredients. And this is going to be a very simple recipe. It's going to be pretty quick. And yeah, not a lot to say. Let's just get into the recipe. All right. Like usual, I'm going to be out of the screen most of the time. So I will just show you the things to put into the thing and make this delicious food. So to get started, we are going to we're gonna add a little flavor to our water to boil our pasta in. This is just a little bit of garlic salt. Some people boil their pasta in chicken broth or stock or anything like that, or they throw a little bit of bouillon in there. But yeah, just a little bit of garlic salt is what we're gonna do today. And then we're just gonna bring that to a boil. And then once it is boiling, we will throw our pasta in there, and then we'll move on from there. All right, so our water is boiling. You can see that steam rising right there. So we are gonna go ahead and add our pasta. And we are just going to cook this until it is the perfect texture. So while the pasta is cooking, you're gonna wanna keep an eye on it just to make sure that it doesn't overcook, because we will be adding it to the sauce later on. There will be a little bit of heat still, and we still want the pasta to have a good bite. So make sure you're watching it, turn it a little bit, and make sure that the pasta isn't sticking together and everything is cooking evenly. Okay, so our pasta is just about done. So the texture that you're looking for is just, you take some out and you're gonna wanna squeeze it. Ooh, you squeeze it, and it should just give a little bit of resistance. So once it does reach that texture, you're gonna wanna remove the heat and you're gonna drain it. But before you drain all of the water, you should get a small cup and you should empty a little bit of the pasta water into the cup to keep to the side for your sauce later on. So now that the pasta is out of the way, we are gonna get started with our fun ingredients. First, we are going to add our onions and our bacon. So we're gonna go ahead and put that right in. So the bacon is gonna be the first little round of fat that we're gonna be cooking these onions in, but also to that, we are going to add a tablespoon of butter. And then we're just gonna let that cook down. And just let them get soft and get familiar with each other, nice and delicious. All right, and while the onions and the bacon are cooking down, we're gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of seasonings now to start it off with. We're gonna go in with a little bit of garlic salt, then our ground black pepper, and then of course our ground paprika. We're gonna let that all cook down together. Okay, now that the bacon and the onions have cooked down a little bit in the seasoning, we're gonna go ahead and add our chicken. And we're gonna let that cook in those flavors as well. And you can add as much as you want to. They're already cooked, so we don't want to overcook them. All right, now that the chicken has cooked for a little bit, we are going to add another tablespoon of butter. And then we are going to finally get into our pesto. So this is gonna be two decent tablespoons of pesto sauce. We're going to cook that all together. Okay, now that the pesto has cooked into the chicken a little bit, we are going to go ahead and add our milk. Go ahead and turn your fire down a little bit for this one, and then you're going to pour. And we're going to let that cook down a little bit. And then we're gonna do a little splash of our pasta water. And then to that, we are going to add our Parmesan. Just a healthy dose of Parmesan. You know how I like my Parmesan. And then also, we're gonna go ahead and throw in our spinach now. And then in a minute, we will add our cheese. Make this creamy and delicious. Okay, so now that all of those ingredients have cooked together for a good little minute, we are going to add our cheese. So you're gonna do about half a cup in there. And then you're gonna stir that around till it melts a little bit, gets it nice and thick. That already smells so good. Okay, now that our sauce is making that beautiful sound, oh, that sounds so good. We are going to finally introduce our pasta. And now the final step is just getting all of these flavors together and making this a complete dish. Oh, you hear that? That's what pasta should sound like. All right, so that is your completed dish. I'm gonna go ahead and get this plated and see the finished result.